Alright guys, we're coming at you live from my basement, testing out a Bugeater scenario here. We've got Adam and Dan on this table. Let's see if I can cut to the other camera here. Versus Billy's back. We'll have to move that. There, Billy's sitting down. Dark Elves, JT will be up here with his Warriors in a second. We're testing out a scenario that we'll release tonight after we play test it and fine tune some tweaks here in just a moment. We've got it's a meeting engagement deployment, so it's the diagonal deployment, but it's a Storm of Chaos scenario is what we're calling it. So there's two effects to this game. First, every player turn, after you figure out how many power and dispel dice you have, you'll have to. This is actually straight out of Adepticon. I had an idea similar to this, and then they had a more efficient version, so we shamelessly borrowed from them. But basically, what you do is you roll all your power dice. So if you have 10 power dice, you roll 10 dice. Any 6 means your opponent gains a dice. You don't lose any dice, but your opponent gets additional dice. Obviously, the 12 dice cap is still in effect, but that could change out some magic phases. And then also, throughout the game, you have to keep track of how many spells are cast. And the count keeps going through all the turns, but there's a chart of effects. So 0 to 5 spells, nothing yet. 6 to 9 spells, you roll a d6, and then on a 3 up, all wizards on the board have their magic level increased by 1 for casting and dispelling. 10 to 13 spells, you have d3 plus warpstone comets that hit the battle, target the center of the board, they scatter 4d6, small blast template, strength 2 wounds, -3 to your armor saves. And then on 14 spells or more, you roll a d6 for that turn. And on a 3, all spells cast that turn are irresistible on double 5s or 6s, which obviously means the miscast too. And those keep going too. So when you have, like, if you have 16 spells cast, irresistible on 5s and 6s, and the warpstone comments are coming, and you could be +1 wizard level. So all of those are cumulative. So the idea is this is a scenario where there's the fantasy equivalent of a warp storm going on. And the wizards are trying to cast, but the more they cast, the stronger the energies on the battlefield, the stronger the winds of magic. So there are, you can see them deploying on table 1. We're also doing this so we can show off the cameras we'll be using at the Bugeater. So we can do multiple cameras at once. So like here's board 1, and then we'll cut over to board 2, and you can see them getting ready. And we'll actually have 3 different shots, so we'll be trying to balance. We'll have one stream with 40K and one stream with Fantasy, hopefully. And we'll try and show different tables every time, so that way you can see different players. But this is just that's a scenario we're playtesting. We'll post it tonight, and we're going to do full battle reports for these games. We're going to wait to release those since these guys are actually testing out their Bugeater armies. It would be unfair for the internet to be able to scrutinize these things for 2 weeks. So, but we'll post the full games later. So, but that's all for now.